Embedding accountability and promoting inclusive practice. Supporting independence and advocacy. Promoting independence and advocacy for individuals with learning disabilities or autism is a core principle of good care and essential to upholding their rights, dignity, and autonomy. Independence does not mean doing everything without support, it means having control over choices, participating in decisions, and being supported in a way that empowers the individual. Promoting everyday decision-making. Encourage individuals to make choices wherever possible, however small. This includes decisions about what to wear, eat, or do during the day, who they wish to spend time with, how they prefer to receive care or communicate. Support workers should use accessible information, such as pictures, symbols, or simplified language, to help individuals understand options and make informed choices. Building skills for daily living. Supporting independence involves teaching or reinforcing practical life skills, managing money and budgeting, using public transport, cooking and self-care routines, timekeeping and personal safety. These skills should be developed gradually, with encouragement, patience, and the right assistive tools or adjustments. Enabling advocacy. Advocacy ensures individuals have a voice in decisions that affect them. There are several key approaches. Self-advocacy, empowering individuals to speak up for themselves, supported by training or confidence-building activities. Peer advocacy, encouraging support from others with similar lived experience. Independent advocacy, access to a professional advocate, particularly during complex processes like care reviews, legal proceedings, or hospital discharge. Advocates help ensure the person's views and preferences are heard and respected, especially when they may not be able to express these fully on their own. Respecting risk as a right. Balancing support and safety with a person's right to take risks is crucial. Overprotection can limit independence. Instead, enable positive risk-taking by assessing and managing risks collaboratively, encouraging informed decisions, supporting recovery and learning when setbacks occur. Supporting independence and advocacy fosters confidence, enhances well-being, and ensures individuals live more fulfilling, self-directed lives. Care staff must act not as gatekeepers, but as enablers, facilitating choice, opportunity, and voice at every step. The role of staff in raising concerns if adjustments are not being met. Staff in health and social care settings have a legal, ethical, and professional responsibility to raise concerns when individuals with learning disabilities or autism are not receiving the reasonable adjustments to which they are entitled under the Equality Act 2010 or related frameworks such as CQC Regulation 18. These adjustments are not optional. They are a vital part of ensuring dignity, access, and equity in care. When such needs are unmet, the consequences can include distress, exclusion, harm, or a deterioration in health and well-being. Staff, as daily witnesses to the care experience, play a pivotal role in recognizing and responding to these shortcomings. Monitoring and identifying issues. Staff are often the first to notice when adjustments are either absent or ineffective. This could include, for example, communication not being tailored to an individual's needs, inaccessible environments causing anxiety, or behavioral cues that suggest the person is not coping. Being attuned to these indicators is critical in preventing escalation and safeguarding the individual. Speaking up and reporting. Once an issue is identified, it is the staff member's duty to raise this through appropriate channels. This may start with verbal reporting to a line manager or key worker, or progress to using formal internal reporting systems. Where internal processes do not yield results, staff may need to escalate their concerns externally, such as to the Care Quality Commission or safeguarding authorities. Documenting clearly. Accurate and objective documentation is crucial. Staff should record when and how the individual's needs were not met, what impact this had, and the steps taken to report the matter. Well-maintained records ensure there is a traceable path of accountability and help inform future actions and service improvements. Advocating for change. Beyond identifying gaps, staff can contribute positively by offering solutions. This may involve suggesting specific communication aids, environmental modifications, or procedural changes such as longer appointment times. Proactive engagement from staff supports a culture of continuous improvement and ensures that adjustments are embedded rather than treated as afterthoughts. Understanding whistleblowing protections. In situations where concerns are not addressed or staff feel pressure to remain silent, whistleblowing may be necessary. Staff should understand their rights under the Public Interest Disclosure Act 1998, which protects them from retaliation when raising legitimate concerns about care standards or safety. In summary, staff are not just implementers of care, they are vital safeguards of quality and fairness. Their role in identifying, reporting, and challenging failures to make reasonable adjustments is integral to upholding the legal and moral standards expected in UK care settings. Escalation processes and promoting accountability. In any care setting, ensuring that individuals with learning disabilities and autism receive the adjustments, support, and respect they are entitled to depends not only on good intentions but on clear escalation procedures and a culture of accountability. When things go wrong, or when needs are consistently overlooked, there must be a structured way to raise concerns, challenge decisions, and make improvements. Understanding escalation pathways. Escalation refers to the step-by-step process of reporting issues that are not resolved at an immediate or local level. In most settings, the first point of contact is usually a team leader or supervisor. If the issue persists, it may then be escalated to senior management, a safeguarding lead, or designated safeguarding officer (DSO). In regulated environments, unresolved concerns can also be raised externally with the Care Quality Commission (CQC), local authority safeguarding teams, or professional bodies, depending on the nature of the breach. Clarity and consistency in policy. All care organizations must have a written escalation policy that is accessible and clearly communicated to staff. This policy should outline who to speak to, how to raise concerns, what timeframes are expected for responses, and what to do if a concern is not acted upon. A good policy will also reassure staff that raising issues is a protected and respected action, not one that will result in punitive measures. Documenting the issue. When escalating a concern, it is essential to provide a clear and objective account. This includes dates, names of those involved, actions taken to resolve the matter, and the impact on the individual receiving care. Documentation strengthens the case for intervention and protects both the staff member and the service user. Creating a culture of accountability. Promoting accountability goes hand in hand with escalation. Managers must model transparent behavior and respond promptly to concerns. They should foster an environment in which staff feel safe and empowered to speak up. Supervision, regular audits, reflective practice sessions, and feedback loops all help reinforce a culture where responsibility is shared and action is expected. Whistleblowing as a final step. Where escalation within the organization fails or leads to inaction, staff may need to consider formal whistleblowing. In the UK, this is protected under the Public Interest Disclosure Act 1998. It should only be pursued after internal processes have been exhausted, unless the issue presents immediate harm or danger. Ultimately, escalation is not about blame, it's about protecting individuals, improving services, and ensuring that legal duties such as those outlined in the Equality Act 2010 and CQC Regulation 18 are upheld. A responsive escalation process is one of the strongest tools care staff have to ensure everyone receives the fair and respectful support they deserve. Ongoing review, reflective practice, and team learning. Delivering high-quality care to individuals with learning disabilities and autism requires more than just compliance with training standards, it requires a continuous commitment to improvement, learning, and collaboration. Central to this is the integration of ongoing review, reflective practice, and team learning. These interconnected processes ensure that care delivery remains responsive, personalized, and aligned with the best outcomes for individuals. Ongoing review, monitoring and improving practice. Ongoing review refers to the systematic and regular evaluation of care strategies, support plans, staffing arrangements, and service delivery. It is not a one-time audit but a continuous process that assesses whether care remains relevant, effective, and person-centered. For individuals with learning disabilities and autism, regular reviews are particularly crucial due to the often evolving nature of their support needs. Effective review processes include regular key worker meetings and multidisciplinary reviews, feedback from the person receiving care and their family or advocate, evaluating the effectiveness of reasonable adjustments, such as communication tools or environmental changes, reviewing care plans in line with health updates, behavioral changes, or new goals. Ongoing reviews ensure that services are not operating on outdated assumptions and that care remains aligned with the individual's preferences and well-being. Reflective practice, learning from experience. Reflective practice involves pausing to critically consider how we deliver care, what went well, what could be improved, and how we respond to individuals in our daily roles. This is an essential skill for any care worker. It helps to bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and real-world application, enabling staff to deepen their understanding and refine their approach. Key components of reflective practice include self-awareness, recognizing personal reactions, attitudes, or biases in care situations. Structured reflection tools, such as Gibbs' reflective cycle or Cole's learning cycle. Discussing incidents in supervision or debriefs to identify learning points. Using reflection to inform professional development goals and training needs. Reflective practice encourages staff to remain open-minded, adaptive, and emotionally intelligent, traits that are particularly vital when supporting neurodivergent individuals who may communicate or behave in ways that challenge traditional approaches. Team learning, building collective capability. Care is never delivered in isolation. Team learning brings together the experiences, insights, and challenges of staff across a service to promote shared growth and improvement. When teams learn together, they develop a collective sense of responsibility, improve communication, and build a more supportive and resilient working culture. Effective team learning may include group reflective sessions or practice discussions, learning from incidents or complaints in a non-punitive environment, joint training on topics such as autism-specific strategies or communication techniques, peer observation and feedback to strengthen best practices, encouraging cross-role learning, care workers, managers, support staff all contributing perspectives. A team that learns together is better equipped to adapt to complex needs, respond to crises, and maintain consistency in approach, something that is especially important for individuals who thrive on routine and predictability. Integrating these practices into daily care. The integration of ongoing review, reflective practice, and team learning must be embedded into the daily rhythm of care provision. This means allocating time for review meetings, encouraging open dialogue in handovers, making space for learning within supervision, and seeing every interaction as an opportunity to improve. Leadership plays a crucial role in modeling this mindset and in ensuring that systems are in place to support continuous development. Ultimately, these practices are not just regulatory expectations, they are the foundation of ethical, informed, and empowering care. They ensure that every person is treated as an individual and that every member of staff continues to grow in their professional role. Thank you. You have successfully made it to the end of this module.